Kei te mihi atu ka koutou katoa. Kia ora and welcome. It's quarter-final time in the Fox, and we are based out west today, and it's the local derby too. There's a lot to look forward to in this matchup. It's the Glenora Bears up against the Te Atatu Roosters. Both of them have had fine seasons, but now we'll see who will advance with a chance to take the prestigious trophy. Great to have you along. Nera te mihi kia koutou. A warm welcome to the Fox and ARL TV. Ko Dale tēnei, and beside me Wade Brinston. Hey Wade, it's good to have you back from Oz, man, and looking forward to this one. Great crowd on, and what a terrific game we've just witnessed here as we build up to this big clash. The Westies doing battle in the local derby.
Yeah, kia ora Dale, thanks for welcoming me back. What a game, that reserve grade game was just then. We went into extra time, and the atmosphere down here is electric. There's nothing better than local footy and finals time, so really looking forward to this clash of the West.
Well, we've got some fine players who are out on the track today, and the intensity is going to be right there. Big crowd on hand. Let's have a look at the lineup today for the Te Atatu Roosters. And as you can see, plenty of talent in there with Joyce and Pewhairangi. We've got some excellent skill sets out with Siaki and Olivetti. So they're a team that have been running really well. They've only dropped 2 games through the course of the year. One of them actually was against their opponents this afternoon. Let's check in with their coach, Phil Gordon.
Phil, it's been a good season.
Yeah, mate. Really good season for us. You know, we tried to build over the last 2 years being in the Fox and trying to be more of consistent with our efforts week in, week out. And I think we went a long way to achieving that this year.
Last time you played Glenora, you got beaten. How's preparation been?
I suppose with sometimes, within a loss you learn more about yourselves and how you need to play and approach a game. And hopefully, we've learned our lesson and we've tweaked a few things this week in training and, we've got a specific plan for today and it's all about, I guess, executing that.
Seems like you got the strongest team possible out there today?
Oh, pretty much, mate. Like, I got to take my hat off to the depth we're trying to build within the club and, I'd like to think any 17 we put out is always our strongest at that time.
Thanks, Phil. Go well.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, the Te Atatu Roosters, they've had a few championships over the years, but they'd certainly like to win the one in 2022. The compressed format has brought together teams with some real class surfacing as we look at the Glenora Bears lineup for today. And they too are stacked with experience and skill. Coma Sampson, Tipton's in the mix, Chase Bernard, they've all been there and done that. Raulu Buchanan's a tackling machine, and of course out wide you've got Luafalealu and Taumata. So a really skillful team on the track today for this proud club from West Auckland. We're based at their Harold Moody home ground, and as you can see, there's a huge crowd in the background too, so it's going to be a heck of a game, heck of a contest. Really pleased you're able to join us here this afternoon. Earlier on, Wade checked in with the coach of the Glenora Bears, Tony Benson.
Kia ora, just here with Glenora Bears coach Tony Benson. Tony, it's been a good season so far?
Yeah, it has been good. It's been a different season with the competition that's thrown up at us. We've fought through it pretty hard, and then last few weeks has been giving us a chance and having a week off to rest a few and get some injuries in order, and coming in pretty strong today then.
Yeah, you've had the week off. How's prep been?
It's been really good actually. It has been good apart from the rain, but you expect that, don't you, around here? No, it has been good. As I said, we got a chance to get rid of some niggly injuries that guys have had for a few weeks and rest some of the guys that have a bad injury, and so they've come back quicker, which has been really good for us.
Last time you played them, you touched them up. What are you expecting from them this time?
Oh, well, they're not going to be happy with it, and I know they'll be coming out to try and sort things out, as they would. They're a good side, and I think we caught them on the hop last time. So they'll be ready for us, and of course we're ready for them as well. We'll do, pretty much what we did last time, but we've got some new stuff for them and that they won't expect, and just see how it goes, see how it plays out.
Awesome, thanks Tony, go well.
Pleasure, thank you.
Bit of secret squirrel stuff there too. Must have a couple of pieces of weaponry in the armoury. And as we await kick. I figure Rasmussen's in control of the action. Of course, the Glenora Bears have won 5 championships, the last of them being in 2017, at a decent run there through 97, 98, 99, and they've certainly had a lot of great players along the way, stepping back in time to the likes of Munga Emery and Billy Sorensen and Dane O'Hara, Dennis Williams, and then in more recent times, Ebrahami Lauaki, who's been a monster for them in recent years, Wairangi Korpu, Henry Petanata, the list goes on. Proud club, and they know they're in for a real battle here this afternoon. As I say, good crowd in today too. The Westies have come out, and I think they love these local derbies, mate.
Yeah, it's a really good crowd, and from what I understand, Te Atatu Reserve, they should have had their home game, as they finished higher than Glenora, but they asked to have this game here, so the whole community could get them behind today and didn't want to split the crowds. And we see there the hottest ref in Australasian Rugby League, Viggo Rasmussen, also known as Vigorous Rasmussen. Auckland Rugby League wanted me to give him a shout out. The perfect jawline.
Well, he's a perfect jawline, and a good guy too. And of course, we met really when we were doing some commentary together with yourself and Viggo. So I know he takes his refereeing very seriously. Well, Api Piwharangi is a young man who's got a lot on his shoulders, but he's the sort of guy who can handle it. And after seeing the exciting conclusion to the last game, we're into the action. It's quarter-final time in the ARL Fox Premiership, and it will be the Te Atatu Roosters playing from right to left, and the Glenora Bears first to receive. There'll be a bit of settling in here, and we just want to have a top game of footy. I'm really looking forward to seeing what these two teams have got to dish out for us here this afternoon. Lua Faleala with the settler, and across the top comes Whako Takakala. This is Fine. Their line-up, of course, through the middle. Vai and Maipi, as we see now with the ball. The Bears, just a settling run at the moment from Chaz Brown. There's been a lot of rain in Tamaki Makaurau over the last couple of weeks. A bit of respite yesterday, and so the track is standing up pretty well, having already had one game on. I remember it used to be a bit of a mud heap, but it's certainly looking good nowadays, and we're in for some fast-flowing action here this afternoon. Here's the end of the first set, and it's launched off the foot of Iwaka. It's a big, high, towering bomb, and the climb through. Sweet, like, look at that start. Isami Iwaka takes the ball that was launched up by his bro, and in he goes to score. What a take. The fullback flying, didn't take his eye off the ball and collected it in like he was grabbing the bag of shoppings from Pack and Save, and he's in to score. Good try to start the game here, and a quick try too for the Glenora Bears.
Yeah, great start from Glenora Bears, and a great start from that young man Isam Yorka, who catches a beautiful kick off his brother Isam, the Akaranga Under-20s Player of the Year at the start of the year in the national comp, and he takes this ball superbly. Interesting to note too, they're without Wyatt Rangi, who usually plays fullback. Isam scores a beautiful try to open up this game.
Oh, that really sets the crowd alight right from the get-go, doesn't it? But look at the concentration as he comes through, claims the football against his opposite Cheney, and even finishes it off with a spectacular dive in front of the fans here at Harold Moody Park. Great start here for the Glenora Bears.
He's a good player, Isam Yorka. From what I understand, he's off to Aussie next year, so he'll be heading up into Queensland. I think it's Mackay Cutters he's going to, so he's off to the Queensland Cup. Really good pickup. Like I said, Wyatt Rangi's out today. He's a very good player. He's out with a groin injury, so Isam needs to stand up at the back.
Well, he certainly stood up to take that one, climbed high. Beautiful take, and really a textbook start as far as the home team are concerned. Wonderful effort. The lead-up work throughout the set was smart, and then the final kick was a testing one for the fullback from the Roosters. That's Iwaka in there for a spectacular start to this afternoon's encounter. Of course, another 3 top-class games on across the city as well, with point against Mount Albert, Howick and Bay Roskill. The Otahuhu Leopards lining up as well against Richmond. So I tell you what, we'll be keeping you posted on that, all building towards next week's semis, and of course the finals to come soon after. Coma Sampson, great to see Coma still involved with the game. He had a stint in France early in his career. In fact, I take my hat off to a lot of these guys who've had opportunities offshore. Pewhairangi is another example there. A little knock on at the dummy half. So after putting on a good effort in that first set, unable to continue on. You always want to have some accuracy when you've just scored, but this time around, little fumble from Tippins. Uncharacteristic mistake from the experienced rake.
Yeah, just a bit of lack in concentration there. Coach Tony Benson won't be happy. You always want to get to your kick at the end of, or after scoring a try, and they're inviting Te Atatu right back into this.
There's Glen Eaton, as you can see now, a metropolis with the big tower in the background. Not exactly everyone's cup of tea, but of course it's right on the rail line here in Tamaki Makaurau. Good to have you watching in other parts of the world or across Aotearoa. Very proud club, the Glenora Bears. So it's Pewhairangi now, spinning effort for their big number 20. It's a change in jersey number. It's Douglas Vertupu in 20. This time around it's Wako Takakala, Fine. So they're well set here as Maipi gets hold of the ball. And now the bullet pass wide. There was a smart pass also. Just checking out their opportunities down the left edge. Roosters with it now, and as you can see, just 15 metres out from the try line as the big man charges forward. Been solid. Te Atatu on the grow. Phil Gordon's done a lot to help the club get itself established in the top leg. The chip into the end goal. Skinny end goals here at Harold Moody. And this one was just weighted slightly too heavily.
Yeah, Joseph Price there coming up with a bad kick. I think if he could have his time over, he'd probably do something again. As Yorka brings the ball out.
What we saw in the reserve grade game, it was a big lead early on that was clawed back to make it a super exciting finish. And the crowd absolutely loved it. Fire money with the play the ball. Now again. Wasawalangi. No nonsense approach once again from Bernard as he manages to pop the ball late. Little jersey changes. Wasawalangi is now in 8, Sampson in 10.
Back to 1, I think.
So Glenora set the stage with a charging run. Wasawalangi again. Big, solid prop forward out of dummy half. Goes Tippins. Nice little ball. Sends it to Fire Money. Pulled the ground on the tackle of Reece Joyce, who's busy himself. And will have to be busy too as Tippins again darts forward. He's lost the football. The Roosters come away with it. Fullback Delaney Cheney is wrapped up out wide there by Alu Buchanan. Just need to settle things down here a little bit. Te Atatu get to the back end of these sets and punch into the corners with a deep kick. Nice effort from Cortez Taulu. Solid wing three-quarter, as we see a good charging run, good effort as well. The tackle's made by Wasawalangi. And up to play the ball is Siaki. Down the right edge, another good carry. This time, Wako Takalaka. To the right, Pewhairangi launches it high. A testing one at the back here, taken quite brilliantly too, because he was turning his back and making sure if he did drop the ball at the back that he'd be able to at least get it back. Iwaka. Both teams testing each other out here at Harold Moody Park. This is the quarterfinal of the ARL Fox Premiership coming at you through ARL TV. The skill set from the stream shop, bringing you the action. That's great to see footy out and about again too. And big ups to the ARL. They've given a lot of coverage to various clubs throughout the course of the season. Don't necessarily play all the top games. It's important that the teams are able to see themselves on the run, on the screen. Here they come. Glenora Bears, skillful. Slick at the moment, and this is Moses Aseta. Got a ton of pace too, played plenty on the wing over the course of his career. Lua Faleola, ton of experience there as well. As Fire Money once again carries it through and sets them 25 metres out from the try line. Tippins, step and straighten here from Sampson. Hard to contain. Nice little ball here. It's off Iwaka once again, and it's come back the Bears way, and another left foot kick in towards the end goal. This is a try, I think. This is a try that's come up out of nowhere. Kariai Iwaka puts the ball up and then fumbled at the back, try number 2, and the Glenora Bears starting in the best possible fashion.
Yeah, I think it's Whaimane who scored that, the man from Manly Seagulls. And Glenora Bears are just playing too fast for Te Atatu at the moment. I think Te Atatu really got to get locked in on their defence, especially run the ruck. Also under the high ball.
Clever little kick there through from Moses, the setter, into the end goal. It couldn't be handled at the back by Cheney. And Whaimani's come through and really able to pick up a try without having to do very much at all. Mosese Whaimani.
It's unfortunate for Delaney Cheney. He was man of the match last week, made team of the week last week, and had a really good game from what the coaches told me. And unfortunately there, just fumbles that ball in the in goal. But like all good players, snuffing around the ball. Whaimani gets the try. Takes the points out to 10-0.
And Moses Iseta with a clever left footer. Just weighted it perfectly too into the end goal. It just eluded Cheney and of course smoking through on it and picking up the try. Whaimani. Good to see here. Great start for the Glenora Bears. Bit of cloud cover at the moment. We had a beautiful morning here in Auckland, but there's some threat of rain this afternoon. Hopefully the game will conclude before that comes along. And unsuccessful with the conversion is Setter, so it remains at 10-0. And really, at the moment, they're just playing with pace and skill. Te Atatu Roosters struggling to go with them at the moment.
Yeah, the Roosters really need to lock in on their defence efforts around that ruck area. They're losing that at the moment. If they don't lock in on that defensive side, it could be a long, long day for them.
Okay, boys, pop your on!
The 10-0 scoreline here. Just 11 minutes gone. Such a vital clash here in the Battle of the Westies. It's Sampson. Solid player. Very consistent. Doesn't make very many mistakes and always carts solidly with a bit of attitude, a bit of swagger.
He's the best player in New Zealand, Komar, when he's fit and he's mentally in the game. Along with this guy here, Chase Bernard, so they've got some really good players in depth here at Glenora.
Yeah, Chase has been exceptional over the years. Wonderful, wonderful footballer. Tippins senses there's more damage to be done down the left edge, and here's Raulu Buchanan. Pops the ball late. Out the left of James Taumata, weaves his way back infield. Te Atatu under the pump here. They need some possession, so they need to force a turnover here as the big number 8, Vasu Fulangi, makes another good play. Oh, they're on the roll at the moment, aren't they, here with another towering punt. It's going to be awkward to take. And it's across the touchline too. Te Atatu really just haven't had any possession that they can make something of.
I think Te Atatu knocked that into touch too. Looks like it'll be Glenora ball.
Let's have a look here as it comes down.
In for Olivetti's hand, so Glenora's got the ball.
Setting themselves now for another tilt ball. This would be a real nail in the coffin. I tell you what, if they're able to get try number 3 in such short time as Chase Bernard takes it in. Te Atatu not quite knowing where to look, where to defend, as Tippins pushes it out quickly. Kingy gets the ball on and a charge towards the line is halted, but only just on Daniel Raulu Buchanan. Quick play the ball, Tippins, and another try. They're coming thick and fast. Solomon Vasuvalangi. It's been called back though, but the intent quite obvious here with the Glenora Bears. We're playing the game at 100 miles an hour.
Oh, they're in fine form, aren't they? They've had the week off, working on combinations. Like their coach said, they've been working on things that no one's been watching or no one's seen yet, and that might have been one of those players he's talking about. Unfortunately, called forward by the touchy.
As I say, great crowd here this afternoon. Plenty on the line here. Peninsula peeps out here against the Glen Eden lads.
Bragging rights for the best club out west.
A lot of changes coming in. Te Atatu Roosters, as we've heard, opting not to take any sponsorship from bars or pokies. Big ups to Te Whanau Waipareta too, who are in their corner in 2022. Solid D2 as they try and claw their way back. The ball's been lost though in the tackle, and now in the corner. That'll be try number 3. Well, look at this. They're absolutely killing it out wide, and the locals here at the home of the Bears are absolutely stoked with the performance so far.
Yeah, the Bears, they're just muscling up. They're just in such good form at the moment, and they've started this game really fast. The way you want to play your finals, you want to start fast, and unfortunately, Te Atatu, they're in all sorts at the moment. I think they're a little bit shell-shocked. The Glenora Bears are just dominating this game through their physicality. And that was Yoaka with the big hit. And Taumata diving in the corner, scores a beautiful try.
Well, they've got to look at themselves, really, the Roosters, because it's been from errors that they have made. Okay, the first one was a beautiful take from the fullback, but this time around the ball was spilt, and they're looking down the barrel at the moment here, and they really have to do something quite special if they're going to come back against a team now that's just high on confidence. And James Taumata, well, he's no slouch, but the ball was shuffled across quickly, and he was the recipient in the corner. But we saw a big comeback too in the last game, so it's early days, but to be down 14-0 in as many minutes, it's going to make life tough here for the Roosters here in this quarter final, coming to you live from West Auckland.
Yeah, 100%. I think the score was 24-10 to Glenora in the last game, and then a converted try right on full time, got them to extra time, and they end up taking the game. That's a great kick again from Masera.
Make that 16-0. Yeah, Seta, that time around, probably the left foot favours from that side of the field. What a start here we're witnessing. ARL TV. Let's have another look how it came to be. Well, this is perhaps the end of it too, as Taumata gets the ball delivered up nicely from Chaz Brown.
They're missing 3 key players today's Glenora, one being Sope Kavaluku. This would have been his 100th game. He's out with a knee injury. Fullback Wyatt Rangi is out with a groin injury. And then Dean Coker-Smith also out injured. Really testing the depth.
Well, if anyone can get them focused, it's Api Piwhairangi's been around the traps. They just need to create an opportunity for themselves. Tackle number 1 here for the Bears. 3 tries up early on in this clash, as the Roosters realise it just got to up the ante, up the enthusiasm with their defensive work, and they come away with the football here in good field position and a good chance. Best chance so far for the Roosters.
Yeah, that's twice they've made a mistake after scoring points. Glenora, it's Whaiamane gets hammered in that tackle. Not too sure if Joseph Price had a hand in there. That's just a loose carry. Well done, Te Atatu. Now it's over to Koro Piwhairangi to try and get them back into this game.
There's some great defence there to force the error from Titiodu, might be Joe Price as well at the back. There's the chance that Te Atatu have been waiting for with Rhys Joyce on the feed. Important that they get to the back end of the set. First tackle to ground, Raulu across the top of the defensive work. The Whairangi slides across into dummy half. Here's the charging run too, with a big number 20. Back rower Price. He's nailed. 15 from the line. Maipi looking up to the left. Joyce. Now Kalani Piwhairangi Charlie. Again. Uppy. Well, here's a chance down the right edge. It's if they can capitalise here, the chip over the top, and it eludes everybody, so the restart will be for the Glenora Bears.
Yeah, Rhys Joyce just got that kick wrong there, and I think that's been the difference of the team so far. Yoaka's kicking game has been keeping Glenora in this match, and so far 2 repeat sets or 2 get out of jail sets for Glenora just off their kicking game.
Here's Moses the setter. Tippins. Again, Vasavalangi is proving himself to be a real thorn in the side here for Te Atatu at the moment.
40-20.
Decent effort now, Delaney Cheney with work to do. He'll centre up, then straighten up, almost busts through. He does indeed. Delaney flying down the left edge. What a run from the fullback. Wanting to make amends for a couple of little errors early in the match. Iwaka with the football. Coming up to quarter game time. Big scoreline, 16-0. But Te Atatu are starting to fight their way back into the game. Dummy half work for Olivetti. Wants to quick play the ball. Now he's got it. To the right in Pewhairangi. Here's the wind-up from Mihinui. And look at the defensive effort here from Raulu, Buchanan and Bernard. Solid and too tough. Te Atatu with an opportunity. Let's have another look at Cheney's run, return of the football. Crossfield and then straightens.
Yes. Comes through there, spots a gap. Works really hard. Good leg drive there from Delaney. He's come over from the Northcote Tigers, has Delaney Cheney. Now, unfortunately here, Devontae Mihinui, the young fella, hasn't been playing Fox long. He played against the Tigers Cubs a couple of weeks ago for the Warriors under 18s, and unfortunately there he drops the ball. It's going to be good learnings for him moving forward.
So now it's really important for the Roosters that they focus on their defensive effort. Leg drive, post contact, solid. Cheney's in the mix as well, and the defensive work. Here they come, the Bears, hungry for the football, hungry to make meters, and they're pulling them together swiftly and with great skill. Spinning effort here from Luafalealo. Vasavalangi. Lots to like about this bloke's contribution so far in the game.
Yeah, Vasavalangi, the New Zealand Māori residence prop, former Te Atatu Rooster, very good player. As he looks to sub off there. It's Glenora hot on the attack through Tippins.
And now it's to Bernard. Slips on the surface, keeping it alive. Here's Iwaka, gets the kick across. The bounce is going to be important. Cheney does get hold of it this time around, and referee seen something that he's unhappy with. Obviously not giving the man at the back enough room, so a penalty and a welcome penalty for the Roosters, who can suck in some of the big ones too. They've been really under the pump over the last 5 or 7 minutes.
Yeah, Te Atatu needed that. They were under the pump, and they look very tired, hands on hips at the moment. So they just need to get a bit of energy to go towards them. Olivetti. Good players. Peter Olivetti needs to inject himself in this game along with Reece Joyce. Man that played half for the Cook Islands in the rep round a couple of weeks ago.
Good to have you back too, Wade. The young fella's going pretty well at his debut in Jersey Flegg for the St George Dragons, so yeah. You'll be a proud dad.
Oh, very proud moment. Went over there and got to watch him play, make his debut for St George Dragons. Unexpected, but he's pushing his way into that team. And as you can see, I've got the expert know-it-all.
Oh, well, I don't know who wrote that about you. I bet it wasn't your mum.
Oh, I think it was Chucky, actually.
Here's the little kick through from Pewhairangi at the back. He's taking it from Edson. Iwaki doesn't need to do very much. They're in control on the scoreboard. They just need to be steady here. Nice effort from Chaz Brown. Recognises that a conservative carry will do the trick at the moment. Out of dummy half, also picking up some good meters again. The winger, Taumata, try scorer. Brown again, so just wanting to get through to the back end of their sets. Tony Benson has been around the footy scene for a long time, former coach of our national women's team, played some great football as an athlete himself. He's running around with our teams on the North Coast. It's just really good to see him still involved in the game and loving what he's doing with the Glenora Bears. Downtown they go this time around. It's taken there by Moses Tuivovoa.
Yeah, really liking the style Glenora's playing at the moment. They seem to be hitting a little bit wider off the ruck and they're catching Te Atatu well. There's a forward pass there from Cortez Taulu. It's unlucky there. They seem to be in a bit of shock as Te Atatu at the moment.
Down the right edge again. Well, I hope you're enjoying the action here. As I say, it's quarter-final time. Crowd certainly are enjoying themselves. So is the DJ. He's...
I think the DJ is Dion Pesco. He's on the back of one of these jerseys. Great club man for Glenora Bears.
There we go with the Glenora Bears, straightening on the run to Iwaka. He's already had an outstanding opening here as we come to the last 15 of this first half. 3 tries scored for the Glenora Bears. Here comes a setter once again. Been around for a while as well, this guy, and so he gets it within 8 metres of the try line. So it's Tippins. Big long pass. Up the middle they come this time through Fire Money. Collected a try after a little mistake in the end goal here from the Roosters. Really under the pump once again. Charging towards the line, the big number 10, Sampson. He's just a metre out from the try line. And the referee will call that a penalty. Up by 16-0. They decide that they'll keep going with it. He'll call it back to for the restart.
Yeah. They're looking really good as the Bears, and Komar Sampson, he's setting the platform along with this guy here, Chase Bernard. So it'll be interesting to see what they do here, whether they sit in their 50 and then attack the short side.
There's a good vibe going on in this Bears camp at the moment. They've had a great season. And they're just showing how dominant they've been. Just the one loss in 2022. And at the moment, seems like they're the team to beat here this afternoon. Little lock-on suggested there as Isomi Iwaka goes to ground, and that's the way the referee sees it too once he gets a glance across from his touch judge on the sideline.
Yeah, unfortunately there for Isomi Iwaka. He just drops his ball as his brother goes through the block play at the back. He trips up, lands on the ball, and unfortunately loses it there. Rhys Joyce points it out to the touchy. He'll be happy as.
With the legs, boys, with the legs.
Good to have you along. Full quarterfinals going across the city. We'll see if we can update some of the scorelines from other games for you as the game progresses. 13 to play here, 16-0 the scoreline. Te Atatu, they really haven't had too many opportunities here. The Glenora Bears have been hot on attack and on defence in this battle of the Westies. Whairangi trying to marshal his troops. Down the short side, 17's Johnny Sully. Unable to get further than just a few metres.
Really dominating the ruck is Glenora.
Mihinui. Wrapped up here by the back row of Bernard. He's been hot on defence and on attack. Sione Vaka is in the mix. Again, that's taken beautifully at the back by Iwaka. Trying to weave his magic through the left edge. Down the left corridor he goes. Wonderful in flight. And a beautiful return of the football and earning a penalty as well. After that scintillating run that picked up 30 metres.
He's from Yorker, he's going Rangi Hu, and he's showing everyone how good he is as a fullback. And no wonder he's been picked up by Queensland Cup. As I think Cortez Taulu came in with a flop there. Just an interesting note there with Cortez. He looks up at his old teammate from LSE Eagles, Vigo Rasmussen, as he blows the penalty. Like, who, me, sir?
It's always going to be the way with the man in charge of the proceedings. Up the middle comes Fire Money once again. Good, solid, structured play being delivered here by the Bears. Tough to take. Iwaka once again. That ball's gone backwards. Play on, says Rasmussen. The Roosters supporters don't agree, but there's been a knock on, and I'm guessing it's going to be a Roosters feed here.
We'll see if he goes back to original. He's back to 6 on the first strip. No, he's giving it to Te Atatu, so they get out of jail there.
Well, the Te Atatu Roosters, as I say, just working on the culture of their club. Read a lovely article too about wanting to be family friendly. And so certainly acknowledging where they've brought this club through over the years.
I think they were Club of the Year last year too, the awards night. They're doing a great job. I know a few of the players, they've all said...
They won the Premiership, of course, back in 1988. And notable players there, Peter Brown and Sam Panapa, Mark Hoddle, Ronnie O'Regan, Henry Paul, the list goes on.
Saw Peter Brown walking around the field earlier.
Some great players over the years. Bit of an update too as we come to 10 minutes out from half time. At the moment the Pirates are leading the Lions 18-12. These games all kicked off slightly before our game because of the delay, because of the extra time in reserve grade. The Glenora Bears obviously up 16-0. Otahu 14-12 across Richmond as we speak, and it's a 12-6 scoreline as well. Well, that's from the Marlins today. You'll be pleased about that. They're playing the Hibiscus Coast Raiders. No result so far through from Howick and Bay Roskell today. Good to have you along. You're watching quarterfinal one of here on ARL TV. They weathered the storm, the barrage that was the reality for them, the Roosters, in that opening 20 minutes. Can they build themselves back into the game? Now they have a chance with ball in hand as Olivetti lines up a runner. Cullen Clyde enacting half now.
See if Clyde can inject some energy. He's a very good runner with the ball, is Cullen Clyde.
That's him with the ball. Cheney sends it back up on the inside.
Royden Gillett.
Royden wanted to get himself involved here. But that's some solid D again. The defensive work here from the Glenora Bears this afternoon has been nothing short of exceptional. And the commitment they've shown from the whistle has been superb. Kia ora rawatu, ngā nui ka koutou katoa, kia ora whānau. Beautiful to have you with us here, and I know a lot of these guys have got relatives across country and of course overseas. Good thing about the ARL format is that once it's posted up on YouTube, it's there and you don't have to be there right on time. You can watch it while you're eating your cornflakes or late at night before you duck in for a snooze. Tippins. Chas Brown. You're manhandled on the far side of the field. 8.5 to play here. 3 tries so far. Iwaka and Faimani. And of course Taumata. Launching it as Iwaka. That's high. Is it handsome? We'll wait and see where the bounce goes. It's pretty handsome, all right. Don't you worry about that. And it's still a runner on the inside as the centre threads the needle and just pushes it a little bit heavy, or no, but in fact it's perfect. Well, that's twice now we've seen a centre with a late option to just drill the ball along the ground. So it's setting a great platform for his runners, and they'll get another set of 6. So it's still tough times. Plenty of height on the ball.
Yeah, Te Atatu Roosters, they're letting the ball bounce. The back three have got to be better than that. And that's what happens when you let the ball bounce. You invite misery to your life, as Phil Gould says. And unfortunately there, Cortez Taulu, he gets wrapped up pretty easy. And Glenora get back-to-back sets if they get this kick.
Short kick-off is the option.
And it worked.
Seemed to go okay for them. Royden Gillett's in there. And now it'll be Te Atatu Roosters with the ball. ARL TV, bringing you the action here from Harold Moody Park. If you've just joined us this afternoon on the live stream coverage. Quarter-final time. And the Fox. And a wonderful crowd on hand here at the ground, and no doubt thousands watching in as well. Well, the Fox Premiership, the pinnacle of club rugby league here in Tamaki Makaurau. Some might say right across the country, as the Roosters again have to find their way out with Cortez Taulu. This time it was just a little high. Cortez has had worse than that delivered to him through his career, I know that, but even so, Trying to eradicate that from the game. It's Pewhairangi. Looks towards the eastern touchline here. We're broadcasting from the western touchline.
Yeah, it's good work from Cortez Talu. Spent a bit of time at Canberra Raiders, Ellerslie Eagles and Mount Albert. Found a home at Te Atatu now, and he just tapped that off his knee, and I don't think he can do that.
You seem to weave Ellerslie Eagles into your commentary quite regularly there.
Well, a lot of the good players from the Eagles left to go to Fox Memorial clubs, you know. Chaz Brown's another one out there. So good shout out to that junior club that doesn't provide a premier team anymore.
Yeah, it's been fantastic over the years. So Cullen Clyde again. This time he opts to go to the right. It's a drop-off and back up on the inside here. Pewhairangi trying to steer the ship. As you can see, they're just on 35 out from the line. Here's a darting run from dummy half. And another penalty as well. Even the decision is questioned by the back rower.
Yeah, player taken without the ball here. So I think Joseph Price gets taken without the ball. And that's good work from Cullen Clyde. I want to see more from that from Cullen. Young man, played for the Warriors 18s against the Tigers Cubs earlier this year. Didn't get to show his running game, but he's got a very, very strong running game, does Cullen Clyde.
This is a really important period. This 5 minutes before the half-time break. If the Roosters were able to get across, they'd get themselves well and truly back into the game. Clyde into dummy half. Has a look on the right side. This time the carries in the Big Ten. Whako Takakala. Apologies to the back rower now. That's Joe Price. Also had a couple of stints with the Warriors through their 20s back in the day. Nice little ball and good offload. This is Gillette. He's gone across the line. Did he get it down though? The question is. I think Royden's got there. Well, that's what the doctor ordered here for the Roosters.
Sure is, Dale. They needed that try to get back into this game. They seem to be lacking a bit of energy. So hopefully that'll give them a bit of energy just before half-time, and maybe they can get another one. But the NRL rookie, Royden Gillett, good to see the old fella. He went out fishing yesterday. He got home safely. Gets Te Atatu back into the game. He's another really good player, Royden Gillett. When he's fit and strong, he's one of the best players in the comp.
Well, it was a deserving try here for the Roosters. They conceded 3 early in the game, but they certainly haven't dipped their heads at all. Here's young Royden. And that'll build confidence here for the Roosters coming into the second half. Well, we mentioned how important that last few moments before the halftime break is. And in the end, it was the spin that allowed them to get across the top, despite the efforts of Kariaioka to make the tackle.
It was just all leg drive. All leg driving strength from Royden Gillett. He's a tough man. Been around the traps a while now. It's Koro Pewhairangi. Tries to convert the extras.
These 2 points are going to be important in this scheme of things. Let's see how Uppy handles this opportunity. He raises the flag. 16-6 the scoreline here. Great to have you along, and well, that's what this is about. It's the tussle. It's the local derby. It's bragging rights in West Auckland. Well, these two teams certainly want to get advanced to the semi next year. Next week, as we see the effort again. Fine try. Plenty of defenders around him as well, including a setter. They just couldn't keep him back. Beautiful grove of eucalypt trees here. Part of the feature of the Harold Moody Park. Looking for the restart here from Phil Kingy.
Fields it really good, Nick.
So now the Roosters. No mistake football is what their coach Phil Gordon will be expecting from them. Big Johnny Sully. Good defensive work as we'd expect from Rowley Buchanan. They'll be aware there's not much time on the clock here, so it's mainly that they don't concede any points, so a decent kick off the back end of this 6 is going to be vital.
Yeah, Glenora seems to be winning this ruck. It's slow play the ball, so I think Te Atatu need to fix that up in the second half to get right back into this game.
Taken nicely at the back by this talented ball runner, Iwaka. Yeah, it was a beautiful try to start off the game too when he climbed high and plucked it out of the air. Delaney Cheney was waiting for the ball to come down, then flashing through the air was Iwaka to score that first try in style to the halfway. Great pick up and go here from Tippins. Keeps the ball alive on the left side. Defensive work on the far side from Toi Voivoi. Kingy. Bernard. The big men are involved. Farmani this time. Shuts off one. They've got to be on guard here. Joe Price across the top. On D, it's the last tackle in the set, and it's the last minute of the first half here in the quarterfinal. Trying to thread the needle now. The bounce important. And in the end, the Roosters come away with it at the back. So vital that that ball was taken. This man's had plenty of good runs here today.
Yeah, poor Reece Joyce, he got bumped off by Faimani. He's already having nightmares from the test match where Josh Schuster ran all over him. He asked me not to bring that up. He said, please don't bring that up, but I thought I'd better get it in there.
Oh, well, you'll be buying your own beers later, that's for sure, I would think there, Wade.
He's a good man, Reece Joyce. Just announced he's about to have another baby, so congratulations to him and his partner.
You seem to know everything. Do you know his mother's maiden name?
It's Reset, I think it is.
Okay, thanks, Ray. 16-6 scoreline here. Hope you're enjoying the action. It's quarterfinals of the ARL Fox Premiership, and it's coming to you live on ARL TV. 3 tries to 1. We'll take a break, come back and show you through those tries as we celebrate Rugby League in Auckland's West. 16-6 scoreline at the break.
Wake up in the morning, body sore from last night's training. Dude run harder, tackle with intention. Make run the gaps and watch for interceptions. Keep it fair, keep it cool every section. Give your all, pass the ball, put your best in. Enjoy your day, strip, pick up in your selection. This that thing that you've been missing. Come play rugby league. It's oh yeah. You are your club, come on.
Oh, it looks good. Here we go.
Kia ora anō and welcome back. Well, 16-6 scoreline. It's been an exciting encounter here as we try and sort out who will go through to next week's semi-finals in the Fox Premiership. 3 tries scored. The first of them didn't take very long at all as we see the teams in the huddle. We can have a look at the tries as they came out through that first 40, and it was within the first couple of minutes and this occurred. This was the first set of play, and the ball comes back here before it's launched up off the foot of Iwaka, and it's his brother who comes steaming through from fullback to claim the prize.
Yeah, that's a beautiful kick from his brother. He's putting up those Matt Burden bombs today, and he comes through and scores that with ease. There's a second try here. There's a fumble.
Tap back, Iseta has good foresight to just tap it through with his left foot, and again Cheney couldn't control, and coming through to score there was Faimani. This is try number 3, and again another mistake. So 2 errors, and within about 16 minutes of play, it was 16 points to 0. This is the 4th try of the half, and it was scored just before the half-time break. It's so important that it was too, because it gives the Roosters some hope coming back into the second half. Great to have you along. Those tries early in the game really drew a lot out of the defence. Nice to see the young fellow in the middle there. It's Trent Rothel. He's 40 now. He's been running the tee out for the Te Atatu Roosters for 20 years now, Trent. And that's neat commitment from his father, as you can see. Words being exchanged, encouraging words coming in here from the Roosters.
Yeah, Rodden Gillett is giving some encouragement there. He'll be trying not to swear because he knows the camera's on him. Te Atatu Roosters, they know they just need to get back to basics, win that ruck, play a little bit faster, and I think if they can do those little things, they'll get themselves back into this game. A bit like the reserve grade team, they can take some inspiration from them. They came down from a big deficit, won the game in extra time.
Look, it's anyone's game at the moment. Wade Brinston with us today, and of course half-time scores from around the grounds. We don't have all of them, but it's locked up at 18 all. Point Chevalier against Mount Albert, and Otahuhu 14-12 over Richmond as we speak, but they'll be underway with their second half already because we had a delayed start out here out at the west Hibiscus Coast, and Manarewa, Ponsonby Papatoetoe also in the mix, and Wade's got his trusty pocket computer. He's out there sorting out other scorelines. Any updates there? We see Tefano Waipireta, proud sponsors here of the Te Atatu Roosters. Big ups to all of our supporters over the years, from Neil Ave and Jack Colville Park, of course. Proud home grounds of the Roosters outfit. Pleased to have you with us here this afternoon. As you can see, a ton of interest around the banks today. There's a smaller crowd here, but the side that we're broadcasting from was a stack of people as well. Happy to be on screen. Well, some are, not all. There's Phil Kingy about to get us underway. A deep consultation with Radio Buchanan.
It's the hottest ref in Australasia, Vigo Vigorous Rasmussen.
Oh, he does a bit of modelling, I know, but fair enough. You can make a quid however you can do it.
Yeah, apparently when they were over in Aussie, that was his nickname. The hottest referee. They spent a bit of time over in Aussie, the Auckland Rugby League staff did, and learned a few tricks off the Penrith Panthers.
Fair enough too. Big hats off, and big ups to our refereeing fraternity. The game can't continue without the willingness of those to be involved in the administration, and also in bringing the games forward. Now this is John Sully in jersey number 19. He's listed at 17, so apologies for not calling his action. He's had a strong first half and will need to play strong too in the second. Here's Joe Price with the ball. Down below goes Shane Hannon, who's in the mix now. He's a solid performer too, Shane. So the kick downtown. Taken at the back by Iwaka. Good follow-up defensive effort from Kalan Clyde.
Yeah, that's a great start from Te Atatu the second half. They really need to work hard to get back into this game. As Kalan Clyde, he brings that energy. I love that about Kalan. He comes on and brings energy. Here he goes again. He's just made his third tackle in a row. Really working hard to get his team back into this match as the young fella.
Right in front of the posts here. Want to play a steady hand at the moment. There's a penalty. That'll help the home team.
It's unfortunate there again. Te Atatu, they were working really hard, but unfortunately in that third tackle they just jumped the gun there.
Wanting to get in the mix. Biffo only to lead by example here from the Roosters. They know the importance once again of this period at the start of the second half. They were hit hard like a Mack truck by the attitude that the home team brought to the start of the clash here this afternoon. Value Buchanan, easy to pick out. Good running style too. Great defender too, Daniel. Bernard now looking for something up the outside here is Iwaka. That's the second time knock on really at the dummy half roll for Mosia Seta.
Yeah, I think he tried to milk that to Mosia with Reece Joyce lying there in the ruck, but unfortunately referee Viggo Rasmussen decided that it wasn't. See here there, Mosia. Yeah.
Well, it's these fundamental errors, real coach killers.
They sure are, as they invite Te Atatu back into this game.
They'll afford to make mistakes here. It's so important that their focus is sharp. Both teams. Certainly when you're down on the scoreboard by 10, want to get away to a good start. I've been really enjoying Sully's effort here this afternoon. Time for the big men to put their input in. Track's holding up beautifully here this Arvo.
Very slow ruck speed there, Dale.
Yeah, the play of the ball's been a little sluggish, there's no doubt. Across the top, good defence here from Kelly-8. Changing the sides to try and find touch on the far side of the field. Now the bounce at the back here. It's picked up by Lua Falealo. Good chase as well from the Roosters, trying to put some pressure on at the back. Lua Falealo up to play the ball.
This is better from Te Atatu.
Great defence. So the Roosters starting the second half with a bit of style. Out wide, trying to create an opportunity down the left edge for James Taumata. He's got wheels, James. He's flying at the moment. Snagged in the end by Joel Voavoa. Good run from the outside man. Now it's to Chaz Brown and on to Daniel Buchanan. What a tackle there. But as he managed to get across the try line, they'll be questioning it. And the tackle was absolutely superb. I thought Rowley was there for all money.
Yeah, so did I here in and away. Bit of a throw the body in the front there from Delaney Cheney. And he comes up with a try save, and that's good work from the fullback. He's not a big man, Delaney, but he got down low and hard, tripped him up.
It was dead set flying, Daniel, there. It's crikey. It took a tackle and a half to hold him out. 5 into the second half, no extra points on the scoreboard. 16-6. 3 tries to 1. Roosters just trying to get into the arm wrestle at the moment. It's a real tussle up through the middle here as Joseph Price comes into battle with Faamani.
Once again, it's a slow play the ball though.
Yeah, well, that's a lot to do with Glenora's technique. Big Siwali Vaka is in the mix. And jersey number 16, easy to pick him out too because he's got the afro.
Yeah, Vaka's come with big reps. I was talking to coach Tony Benson before the game. He said Vaka's come up from Hamilton and he's made the most of his opportunity.
And here's another chance for the Roosters. Shouldering the chasing runner away. And Rasmussen's not going to have any of that. Reece Joyce with the ball. Let's get another look at it.
Let's go!
50-50.
So now, the Roosters looking to be the next to score. Sully takes the tap. Pifairangi now. Clyde Price taken by his opposite number in good field position. Yes, Clyde holds it up nicely on the far side. Finds Reece Joyce. Going to ground, Cheney.
A little bit clunky here from Te Atatu. Glenora dominating the ruck and the tackle.
Up down the left side, trying to create something into the corner here. It's Olivetti. And the crossfield bomb. Haven't seen this so far today. Taken by Sully. Gets away from one. Can't free his arms up. And is driven towards the line. It's a turnover, but he's been good. The number 19 got so close that time around and almost able to capitalise on what was a skillful kick across field. The Glenora Bears have the ball now, just a few metres out from their own line. Chaz Brown to his feet, but the referee will ask to come on back and start it again. Quarterfinal, Fox Premiership. A little bit of a tussle on here. There's Sully. Desperate effort from Taumata. And look how close he came, just a half a metre or so away.
He has a better kick from Reece Joyce. In the first half, he put a couple dead. And he put one in a position that put Glenora under threat. Lucky for Glenora, Phil Kingy came up with a big tackle. It looked like a punch throw in there. Maybe from Joseph Price.
Referee having a couple of words with the skippers. Can you Pifairangi called out, telling the boys to settle down. Yep, we know it's a quarter-final, fellas, but...
Two former Mount Albert teammates there, Joseph Price and Chaz Brown.
Sure. Certainly Mount Albert have been involved in the careers of so many of our top players, but good to see them changing clubs from time to time too. The scrag tackle. The Bears. Not as dominant as they were certainly in the opening exchanges of the first half. This time it's Vaka to play the ball. With Tippins, again, relying on their experienced back rowers. They'll settle things down. And another string to the bow of Zach Tippins. Good passing game. Good running game at times too. He can just break away from dummy half. Get a kick away. Cheney is taking at the back here for the Roosters. That's Golden. Cortez driven towards the touchline. And while it looked encouraging when he first took possession.
Yeah, Tuivovoa.
My apologies.
Tried a little bit too much there, Dale. Swinners team needs to get back into this game. Unfortunately, tries to go around them. Taumata's a speedster and he's strong.
Another look at it. Looks as though something was opening up for him, but Taumata gave him a little room on the outside, then drove him towards the touchline with support there from Phil Kingy.
Yeah, I think the halves from Te Atatu really need to start standing up now, putting their team into better position.
Hope you're enjoying the action. Brought to you by ARL TV, Stream Shop, as well in the mix. Thanks also to Crown Lift Trucks and all the supporters, Thoroughly Photos. Many others have supported the Auckland Rugby League and indeed our coverage throughout 2022. this compressed season under review at the moment. And all of the stakeholders, interested parties coming together to see how we might shape the Fox of 2023. Once it's locked in, it'll be here for the next 3 years. Here's Shane Hannum with the football. Good field position here for the Bears. They haven't been down this end of the track for a while. Bernard again with his experience and power and leg drive gets them nicely in front of the posts. Out to Kingy, has a thought about inside, then Raulu Buchanan, cut down beautifully by Sully in the defensive effort in front of the posts. The Bears on the roll here, Bernard on the chase, and he's close to the line. Out to the right hand side, Numbers using the ball beautifully, out to Moses Esera, and he opens the door on the far side to Lua Falealo. That is class play from the Glenora Bears, and it's the first try of the second half. They extend their lead with a kick to come from out wide. Brilliant effort from Esera to load it up for Lua Falealo.
Yeah, lovely work from Glenora Bears. They're really finding joy on their right edge when they sort of set on their 30, and then they go through the trio shape as they sit here close to their try line, and they're finding joy out on this right hand side. There's Yorka, beautiful cut out pass there to Asera, and Asera with the flick pass, and Simon Lulafo scores a beautiful try. The nephew of Kevin and John Senio, Simon, comes from good bloodstock, started his career at Maris, New Zealand resident. Really good player.
Good player. And a good bloke too, Simon. I bumped him last week, briefly out watching the Mount Albert All-Tally game. But yeah, big ups to our Marist supporters. They brought through some fabulous players over the years. Simon, a long-time contributor there, the green and gold, but that was some smart work too. They just sensed the opportunity. But let's pay tribute to Chase Bernard. He set the play up really beautifully, going in low, close to the posts, and that allowed them some space out wide, which was well utilised, especially with that effort from Iseto, which was super skillful to load it up there for Simon down the right edge. So 20 points to 6, our scoreline here in the quarterfinal.
Takes some real skill, that pass. To be able to do that under pressure is not easy.
Clever play, wasn't it?
It was, and he really sucked in Cortez Taulu. Didn't need to come in and help there and shut the door. Cortez came in, opened up that gate. Seem to be lacking a little bit of energy here as Te Atatu Roosters, so they really need to focus on the first 3 tackles here, Dale, and get back into this game.
It's a long way home for them. It's not undoable, that's for sure, but a few things are going to have to go their way. The bounce of the ball. Confidence is up like this for the home team, and with a big crowd on hand as well to support their efforts. It's going to take a massive effort here from the Roosters to run them down. Hannum again with the football, and another penalty, so they'll get good field position off the back of it as well.
Yeah, Shane Hannum, very, very good player as well, from what I understand. Talking to the coach earlier today, he actually tuned up just to help with numbers, but he's enjoyed it that much. He stayed on, and he's having a really good season.
Yeah, well, the Glenora Bears have got, the culture within the club, the camaraderie within the club is really well documented. Guys who come here enjoy playing at Harold Moody and for the club. Got plenty of schoolboy, junior footy players. Very proud club, and at the moment they're making life tough here for their West Auckland counterparts, the Te Atatu Roosters. Again in good field position to mount another challenge. This time it's Vaka. He goes forward powerfully. Price downstairs on the tackle. Up top is Big Fine. Stepping on the inside here, Iwaka manages to get the pass away. Danger time here for the Roosters too, and that's a reach out for the try line. I thought for a moment it was in there for Isam Iwaka.
Yeah, I thought he put it down short, and coach referee Vigo Rasmussen agrees. But the Iwaka brothers there, absolutely carving this game up.
Well, it's denied, but there certainly wasn't much in it, was there? And again, bro to bro. Here we go. Let's get another look. As you say, Wade, just, a few millimetres short of the line, but gee, that would have made life coming back super tough if it's not tough enough already. 14 down on the scoreline here. 25 to go, plenty of time.
Yeah, I think Te Atatu really got to win this ruck and get a bit of speed at the play the balls. They seem to be dominators, so we need a quick play the ball here.
Tuivoavoa with the carry, but the defensive work was good. Israeli Buchanan, defensive technique always very solid. Great contributor here, and those are good hands on show as well. That was a poor pass, taken ankle high by the back rower. But one out running at the moment, easily countered by this sort of defence. Solid D here on show from the Bears. They're really putting their grizzly selves into the action. Lovely little break from Clyde. Clyde with the ball, he's isolated. Needs to find the teammate, but he couldn't quite link up. Good run, 50 metres here from Clyde. Pewailangi holds it nicely. Mihinui.
Last tackle. That's what I mean, though. They need to speed to play the ball up for Kalani. He's so electric out of tummy half. He's having to make opportunities when they're going backwards, and I think if they can get him some front foot ball, Te Atatu will get right back into this game.
There's Vaka. To his feet. Tippins just stares it on, coming in to take some pressure off the forwards as Luafalealo. Again, needing a turnover here. The Roosters recognise that. They need to keep the Bears contained. Well, that was too easy to meterage anyway there for Deirdre Whangupo. But again, a turnover and good field position here for Te Atatu.
It's good contact here from Devontae Mihinui, I think it is. Comes over the top, whacks his shoulder in there. And then Joseph Price.
Well, the defence really there of the ball carrier. There was a hand in there. It wasn't caught, but that's footy.
They need all the smarts of Joseph Price to get back into this game, does Te Atatu.
Cheney defeat the scrum here now. 23 to play. 14 down. The Roosters. Little step. Straightening here. Reece Joyce wants to quick play the ball. That's delivered up. Little skip hop. Olivetti kicks the ball. Crawling forward. Roosters need to make the most of this set and possession. Here's Price. Now 15 out for the try line. Clyde wants to quick play the ball. It's delivered for him. Angling is Pewailangi. Towards the line, he gets the offload, and the finish is smooth. It's Devontae Mihinui. And the Roosters say we're not done with yet.
Oh, that's beautiful work from Koro Pewailangi. Just like I was saying before, the older boys need to step up, and young Devontae, he's only 17 years old. He has a great try, the big man, out of Waitakere High School. Played for the Warriors a couple of weeks ago for the against the Tiger Cubs. He's a good player, as Devontae. Got a big future ahead of him. Good platform set by Joseph Price as well.
Well, you're not wrong. And again, it was that late flick. It was the only possible play too. We saw it from a setter setting up Luafalealo a few moments ago. And that little trick that all kids practice time and time again in the backyard with their mates pays good dividends here for Api Pewailangi, who I note you've nicknamed Koro.
Yeah, we call him the Koro because he teaches everyone the haka for New Zealand Māori Rugby League. So he came into the junior camps earlier this year for the Pacific Cup, and he taught the kids the haka, and so we nicknamed him Koro, and he actually likes that name.
Oh, he wouldn't be 30. Or would he be?
He might be.
Might be 30, you think?
He's also a very good touch player out of Manawa too, and I 100% reckon that's where he would have got that flick from as he converts it.
We've got a game on our hands. It's 20-12 here now. And isn't that the way you want quarterfinal footy to be? Hats off to this young guy, Mihinui. It's so neat to see the emergence of young talent. And, you know, if you're good enough you're old enough. That's a lovely sight too. Papa and his young fella out enjoying the rugby league here.
Yeah, Mahinui started the year in Te Atatu reserve grade, so it's good to see he's progressed his way through, and obviously Coach Phil Gordon, he will know that he's a young fella and he's brought him through nicely, him and Kalan Clyde, two superstars of our future.
We don't want to put too many expectations on them, but I do get your drift, bro. Here we go. So the Roosters now, they feel they're in the game again. And why wouldn't they? They're down by 8, 20 minutes to play here in the quarterfinal. Harold Moody Park in Auckland's West.
This guy's had a good game too, John Sully.
Gets himself involved. Like what he does a lot. Bucko Takakala. Joseph Price. He's been like a force of nature in his own right, this bloke. He's just been working so hard. Pifairangi. Oh, lovely play at the back. Foot out. That was beautifully done. James Taumata. He's done some very good work today, but look at the thinking here. Gets his foot onto the sideline, just over the sideline. Absolutely perfect. Top draw effort. So now it's the Bears. Whangupo gets them with the football. Tippins, eyes darting up, right, left. Manages to load up for Vasavalangi. He's back in the mix. The big man rolling forward here. Setting the stage and the platform as Tippins wants to go on with it. Ioaka down the right edge. 15 out from the try line. They get a chance to hand short side. Look at the run here. It's Ioaka once again. Gets it on the inside this time. It's from the younger brother to the older brother. And Ioaka is in to score. We've seen it in reverse. This time it's back at you. And it's Isom who loads up for Kariai. And Kariai's in to score. Just what the doctor ordered for the Bears. Just what they didn't need the Roosters.
Well, Isom, he's been outstanding in this game. Filling in for Wyatt Rangi at fullback. Wyatt will have a job on his hand getting his jersey back. As look at Isom, he just beats tacklers with ease. Hands off to his brother. And he scores a beautiful try. And the crowd goes wild here. Like you said, Te Atatu didn't need that. Going to be a tough road home in the last 20 minutes for the Roosters.
Well, what we've spoken about, we've seen it a few times. When you score a try, you need to have a very, very solid backup set off the kickoff. And they just allowed the Bears to churn their way forward. But actually, let's also pay tribute to Taumata's foresight to put his foot out, to get the ball and to have them down the other end of the field, which was really where they were able to set up the play. But these Iwaka brothers are slaying it out there today.
They're so good. They just seem to play with time. A lot of time on their hands, and they're really carving up Te Atatu at the moment.
There's the set up. His favoured side of the field. Pirates have kicked away from the Lions, and the latest score, it looks as though Otahu and the Rovers still close at 14-12, so they're in a ding-dong battle. The Pirates have kicked out to 34-18. The latest update we have for you here on the other quarterfinal games for the ARL this afternoon.
Yeah, still no score update from Howard and Bay Roskell.
Bay should be ahead plenty there. The Marlins and the Raiders really turning it on today. 32-10, they've been one of the improving clubs of 2022. They had a tough start, so congratulations to them. And I guess you'll be somewhat disappointed that the Marlins haven't performed better in this clash this afternoon. But they are a job in waiting, because the Marlins are going to be, once again, I believe, one day a powerhouse again. It should match the numbers of teams that they field each week. It's the biggest club in New Zealand and really should be at the top echelon of our sport.
Hopefully, Dale, a lot of the local juniors don't get pinched, which is generally the case. A lot of kids come through Rewa. The good ones usually get brought by the other clubs. The which is just the nature of our game. So unfortunately to them, they'll probably go down to Hibiscus Coast today, who we covered a couple of weeks ago, and Jeremiah Pye's doing a really good job with them out there.
Yeah, that was a really hearty outing, wasn't it, against, was it Howick?
Yeah, Howick.
It was a very hearty outing from the boys from up the coast. Big ups to them. Proud club too.
Yeah, I think I called that game with your son, actually.
I think you did too, and because I had COVID and I was watching back home on the computes and really enjoyed it. Both you guys did a terrific job there that afternoon. I was a proud dad.
So he should be. He's a great caller. He's got a good future here, son. Bit of a full pass there from Kingy. Just lost their connection there.
Well, this could get away here unless the Roosters are able to get hold of the ball. Those faces look as though they could have come across from the peninsula too. They didn't look overly happy with what they are witnessing.
Especially after the beautiful comeback from their reserve grade team today.
Well, that was solid as, wasn't it? That was a wonderful precursor to this encounter, but really the damage was done in the opening 10 minutes or so. 3 quick tries, 16-0, and the home team have been able to dominate ever since. Just 2 tries now to the Roosters, but they're well capable. Up in Pewharangi again, we need to get a little bit of flamboyance. You might as well throw caution to the wind. This is the last game of the year. You don't want to leave anything in the tank. And here's the man who really is the one perhaps able to spark a late comeback here for the Roosters. Clyde's clever.
We totally agreed, Dale. The last thing you want is a shoulda, coulda, woulda. You need to throw caution to the wind.
There's a chance down that left edge, but still the Bears defenders have been strong. He chimes in, then gets the ball through. The big number 20 comes surging towards the line. Has he done enough?
No, he hasn't. That's great defence there. Zachariah Tippins got underneath there. I think this is Kevin Pewharangi Charlie. Sorry, Whānau, we don't have his name.
Well, we hope so. There were some late shuffles with jerseys, which can be frustrating from our end, but perhaps from yours as well. We don't think it's the team's just trying to pull a Swifty on us. I think it's about jersey sizes, eh?
I think it is. I think when you're coaching and you put him in number 17, you're not considering what size that jersey is.
Sure. We know that's 17 Whānau ball. Wow, that would have given them a real boost had, and we're assuming the 20 is Pewharangi Charlie, had he been able to get across the line. And apologies to all the Whānau connections if we're getting these a little askew. It certainly isn't deliberate. It's not like we've been seeing them on TV every week as well. So.
Oh, he's done his leg there.
Yeah, that was quite obvious. I don't think it was a Joseph Manu effort. That was something else, wasn't it?
There was something else. It was a good move, though.
Well, he did just break down. So you're with Auckland Rugby League Television. Live streamed through Stream Shop. The action brought to you by Crown Lift Trucks. Farrelly Photos, and the numerous sponsors. I haven't got them in front of me, all of them, but thanks to them.
Glad it's just cramp. I thought Piri Olaviti did something more serious then.
You sense now with 14-point lead, 12 to play, the home team will think they have one hand on the prize, and the prize really here is to advance into the semi-finals of this year's Fox. Compressed competition, one unlike we'll witness again, I suspect. But after 2 years of non-play through to the COVID dramas and debacles that we have witnessed, here he comes again, this guy. Look out for him. Oh, we're going to like this guy. I like him a lot. Good work too from Esau Miyawaka. You say was player of Player of the Year in the 20s. Well, I'm not surprised now. And the combo he's got with his bros just really set this encounter alight. We've got a medic in the middle. Holy doly. She ran the risk of getting bowled over too. The medic, that is. Here they come again, the Bears. Comer Sampson, direct with his running. Chase Bernard's waiting. They won't use him this time. They go to the right-hand side, and Iwaka threads the needle. It's gone deep. The chase was smart from Lua Falealo. Just a little bit heavy.
Goal line dropout, is it?
That's what Vigo's pointing to. Must have been a hand got to it first.
I think if Komar Sampson can score at that corner, he'll bring those supporters down. There's all his Kotahitanga Rugby League teammates are here supporting him at the moment.
The team to beat at the moment of the National Rugby League tournament. Kariai gets the ball onto Deseta again, and Deseta's smart, but this time runs it too close to the sideline and is bundled out. Strike three, you're out. That's the Glenora Eagles softball club.
Te Atatu supporters there.
They can raise a smile even though their team is doing it tough. Wade Brimston in with us today. Thanks to him and others for their efforts to bring alive our series, our tournament through the year.
Yeah, massive namahi to the Stream Shop who sponsor this format for us and be able to take this game around the world. As I know a lot of NRL players watch this in their spare time, so big namahi to them, and Chuck and all his hard work that he does. And his graphics he writes for us, Dale.
Yeah, for real. I'm with you. And if you're watching from overseas, like me, like Wade, you know, just love park footy, love club footy. And of course, some will go on to prominent professional careers. Many of these guys are okay not to have, as we see the Te Atatu Roosters, and that's what we like about rugby league. Never, never, never give up. They're still on the hunt. It's the fifth and final tackle, though. What will Pewhairangi do with the football this time around? He needs some support. He finds Clyde. Clyde puts it into the end goal, and it's taken at the back there by probably the most dangerous man on the field, Isom Iwaka.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to kick it to Isom with a staggered line, that's for sure.
Lua Falealo. Hey, Simon. Down the right. And he can jar the ball loose too, as I said. He's pretty contained in his effort. Looking for some room out wide. Here's the delivery to Taumata, the flying James Taumata. Pulled to ground in a desperate scrag tackle from Delaney Cheney. Plenty of willing workhorses. Sampson and Bernard powering their way forward here for the home team. Levi, lovely ball, bullet pass out wide to Asena, throws the dummy Asena, and that was good.
Knocked on, double movement.
I was about to say that was it, but that was good. It was a double movement right at the end. Good contribution from Levi. Through Iwaka again, and then onto the set. Has had a superb game here this afternoon.
He has. Usually he plays on the wing, does Asera, and that's usually Isom Iwaka right there. He's been very strong as Asera reaches out. After the ball touches the ground, that's a good call from Viggo Rasmussen. Double movement. But Te Atatu, they need to throw the ball around. Nothing to lose now.
Yeah, they've got to give it to me out. This is the last of their season for 2022. It's been a good year. And they pulled something out of the fire.
Here we go.
Trying to create something on the right side. Look, needs a little offload. This is Mihanui, and he's driven towards touch. Well, we've been singing his praises. Just a young guy, perhaps a little inexperienced. there and some disappointment etched across his face.
Yeah, 100%. You can hear the boys telling him to get down, but unfortunately he's a big man. Be hard to get down. He's pretty tall as Devontae Mihinui, and it's opposite there. The old veteran takes him over the sideline.
Yeah, hats off there to Kingy as well, and Daniel. I think it was James Taumata also, the three of them combined to hold a promising run. And in the end, hugely disappointing. 4 young Mihinuis showed some real promise here today. I can really sense that they're going to the semi-final at the moment, the Glenora Bears. Just over 6 to play. And they will be tough to beat. I'm guessing that's what you were about to say. Sorry to interrupt you, my friend.
That's all right.
Yeah, they will. I mean, they've just got a good brand at the moment. Really like the way that their big men are complemented by some wheels out wide and some skillful offloading ability.
Feel for Coach Tony Benson. He's got some players to come back too.
Here he comes again. Iwaka has just been outstanding, and the 2 fullbacks again come together. Nice sportsmanship, teams sort of approaches, supportive approaches there.
Makes it look easy, doesn't he, Dale? Plays with so much time.
It's a good save too by the Wahine with the kuri at the back. She grabbed that baby in. Oh, that kid was watching live stream ARL, no doubt about it. And he's that down and back play there, took a decent sort of a hit. I think it might be Tua Evolve, what? Let's have another look. Here's the short dropout. That's Tui Voivod climbs there. Was it? Oh, it was a head clash, I think, with Rayleigh Buchanan. Hope you've been enjoying the action here today. You know, deserved victory if it should be coming the way of the home team. Tries early on to Essendon Iwaka, then Fine Money. That's Taumata. Gillett came back late. Got some results here. Well, we've got Glenora for you anyway, and we know that the Point Chevrolet Pirates have defeated the Mount Albert Lions by 40-22. The Leopards 14-12. That's full-time results, Wade?
I would assume so.
If not, they're getting pretty close too. And Hibiscus Coast 34-10 at the moment. These could be provisional, but we'll confirm them for you as we wrap up our broadcast here this afternoon. So it would be disappointing for the Roosters if they were to concede another try, but it's very much on the cards here. As the big man tries to roll his way across Vasavalangi, he gets over the line, but he can't get the ball down. And the Glenora Bears supporters will be very pleased with what they've witnessed here this afternoon. The scoreline at halftime was 16-6. And then Lua Falealo scored early on to push it out to 20-6. Mihinui gave them some hope. And then straight after the Mihinui try, it was the standoff. The older brother, Iwaka, who was in to score. So it's been something of a whānau show here this afternoon for the fullback and the standoff, as we see Kingy now. Iwaka, then back on the inside. Brown, he's tough and he's willing. And then the big number 16 comes across the top as well, Vaka. And he's close to the line on the 5th and final tackle. Is there another one here for the Bears? Out wide they come. It's through Kingy. Now on to Kariai. Shows it, flicks it. It's all on here this afternoon with now big Vasavalangi. Can he offload the ball? He can down the right side. Holding it up, Iwaka. He says, let's change direction. Here's my young bro. We'll give it a go, and the chip over to the in goal. It's chased back by Sully. He fields it in the in goal. He has nowhere to go. He is locked up and couldn't break free.
Yeah, Glenora, once you get a lead, you can throw the ball around. They're really throwing the ball around and having some fun. But I just love the work of these Iwaka brothers. It's just so much time. And this time was the other brother, Isom, with a nice little kick into the in goal. And John Sully, he had nowhere to go but to force the ball and they go short with their line drop out.
Yeah, it's a shame there for Sully because I've really enjoyed his footy today as it ends up in the hands of Isela. He's had a strong game and that's been wrenched loose. And the referee will ask that the play the ball is affected. Big afternoon here for the Glenora Bears supporters. Whangupo has the ball here. And that ball back to Vasuvalangi could have added salt to the wound. A 14-point victory here on the way, it would seem, here for the home team.
Yeah, it's been a good day for Glenora, but commiserations to Te Atatu. They've tried really hard, but unfortunately the speed of the play the ball has been too good for them. And Glenora's dominated that ruck area, and if you want to win a game of footy, you've got to win that ruck area.
You mentioned it early on that you thought that the pace of the play the ball was just a little sluggish there from the Roosters, pretty much right from the get-go. And they came out with all guns blazing, didn't they, in the opening exchanges, the Bears, and they just made life tough. Bang, 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 and the scoreline's already against you. And the Roosters have been struggling ever since to catch up, and they haven't been able to because of the spirited, solid, and focused defence that this Bears outfit have thrown on the table. Well, we know too that there's going to be some classic encounters still to come. Obviously, we've still got the Point Chevalier Pirates to come. The referee sensed that was high. The Roosters took exception. These guys know each other well, and I don't think they need to go on with it at this stage of the game.
I think the Bears, they might meet the Leopards next week in the semi-final, I think it is. Glenora will play Otahu, if Otahu's won that game against Richmond. Another classic game between the South and Westing.
All the action's going to be on ARL TV. That's the good thing. Here's Mihinui. Promising efforts throughout the first half. Bates is going to pop out and await the conclusion of the game. We'll be getting some feedback from both captains. We'll carry us right through to the end, though. Hats off there to the Te Atatu Roosters. And we're proud of what they've been able to achieve this season. Great to have them back in the top flight. Looking forward to seeing them there for many years ahead. A proud club of the Glenora Bears as well. We know that they are a super proud club and they're always in with a chance. As we see going to ground with it on the far side of the field. Peter Olivetti. Is there one little turn to the page as the pass out the back is skillful to Clyde. Clyde works it out to Olivetti. He throws the dummy, Peter, and he's lost the ball. It's gone backwards though, so it's still on. The referee will come across and say here. Well, it won't matter anyway. I think the referee will halt to proceedings. They might just finish off the penalty. But as you can see, an elated support base here at the Glenora Bears have witnessed a solid showing from their charges in this quarterfinal. Ref just wants to wrap it up formally as the centre kicks it to touch, and now the celebrations can begin. A wonderful effort here in the quarterfinal. The host team too strong, and they run in 5 tries to 2. It is the Glenora Bears who win this one at Harold Moody Park, the home of the Bears, by 26-12.
Gotta get up in the morning. Gotta get up. Every day I gotta try. Come on, get yourself up.
On and wake up in the morning. Body sore from last night's training. Dude run harder, tackle with intention. Make run the gaps and watch for interceptions. Keep it fair, keep it cool every section. Give your all, pass the ball, put your best in. Enjoy your day, strip your cover, your selection. This that thing that you've been missing. don't play rugby league. It's oh yeah. You are your club. Come on.
Kia ora and all, welcome back. Solid performance here from the home team. 26-12 winners. The Te Atatu Roosters here in the quarterfinal of the ARL Fox Premiership. Thomas Sampson is with Wade for our post-match interview. Over to you, Wade.
Kia ora, just here with victorious captain for Glenora Bears, Koma Sampson. Koma, very good win today. Was the plan to start fast?
Yeah, I guess that's the plan every week, week in and week out. You know, we know that TAT, they're an awesome team, and it's always going to be a game of two halves. So for ourselves, we wanted to start as fast as possible, low error rate and stuff like that, and then we kind of went away from it towards the back end of the first half.
Big game probably against Otahu Leopards next week. I think they've won 14-12. How are you looking to attack them and a bit of a revenge?
Look, again, it's just the same. We want to start fast. But we probably want to decrease our errors and not give them as much ball. As we all know, Otahu's a momentum team, so if you give them too much, they end up rolling teams. So we'll try and stamp them out of the game early. But for us, it's more kind of working on what we need to, and yeah, we'll go from there.
Plans for tonight?
Hopefully a quiet one, go home and stretch. So not as young as I used to be or as fit as I used to be, but just a quiet one for me and the boys. And we're looking to go to the end, so no rowdy nights for us, I guess.
Well done, Koma. All the best, eh?
Awesome, thank you.
He's quite the talent, Koma. And look, he's been around for a while. I appreciate what he's saying there too. The boys don't get down on the ranting as they might have in the past. They know they've got a job to do and it's still unfinished. As we see the young Bears and Bearettes out. Oh, a bit of a bulldog featuring here this afternoon too. And it's been a great afternoon of local footy. Hope you've enjoyed it too from Harold Moody Park out in West Auckland. The rain stayed away from us, which was neat. And of course, this is what local footy's all about, isn't it? To see people coming together and cheering on their teams, whether they win or lose. And the Harold Moody Park has been a great venue for this quarterfinal clash. Just awaiting a chance to have a few words with Uppy, Pewhairangi. He'll be disappointed, but still, the Roosters have had a good season. Let's cross over to the skipper from the Roosters with Wade.
Kia ora, just here with Te Atatu captain, Uppy Koro Pewhairangi. Koro, not your day today?
Yeah, o tuatahi e mihi ana ki Glenora, nā rātou mātou pōhiri tēnei rā, nā rātou hoki whakatauira I te tika, I te pakari o te tākaro I tēnei rā, nā re mihi ana ki rātou. Yeah, bro, it was a tough fast to come here. They've been the standard team in our pool this year, so we really just came with an attitude to come and play the 80 minutes, and we left it all out there today.
Yeah, unfortunately you let them start fast. They were hard to come back from.
Yeah, all the two quick tries they scored in the first minute of the game, and I was really proud of the boys at half-time. We're only down 10 points and we sort of weathered the storm and had a good start to that second half, but we just couldn't. Just came down to moments, small moments in that second half.
Couple of good young fellas coming through the club, Kalani, Devontae. Big things for next year?
Yeah, that's it. It's a big plan here at Te Atatu. I remember coming here 2 years ago. We started from as a low-ranked team in the championship, and we've sort of worked our way up, and I'm happy to get this far. But with the young ones like Devontae and Kalani, 18, 19 years old, so they've got a huge future, and a couple of them are heading over to the NRL junior pathway, so we wish them all the best too.
Commiserations on today, and all the best for the future.
Kia ora, mate.
Kia ora, brother.
Te lakoe hapi, Pewhairangi, one of our senior players now, and a mentoring role for him. There's Daniel Rialu Buchanan. The job is not completed. They're hoping to go a fortnight more. They've got a semi-final next week, but it was a solid showing here in the quarter-final, and I hope you enjoyed the action. Again, thanks to Stream Shop and all the guys manning our cameras, and of course Chucky directs the programs when we're out here in Parkland. I hope you enjoyed the action, and big ups to all of the sponsors for Auckland Rugby League, from me, Dale, from Wade, and of course ARL TV. Until next time, we bid you farewell from Harold Moody Park in Auckland's west. Too good today, the Bears beating the Roosters 26-12. Later.